What's going on, guys? I hope you're well, taking care of yourselves and each other. I just thought I'm going to slap on the camera. I haven't just talked to a camera in a while. And I just want to bring up a few things. I just want to talk about a few things. I haven't got any notes for this, so I'm sort of freeballing this. And bear with me if there's pauses and stuff, because a lot of the time when I'm talking to a camera and recording videos, which I haven't done in a while, I sort of need to sort of gain my train of thought again, because my train of thought gets lost quite often. And I just want to sit in front of the camera and talk about some things. So first off, I wanna ask everybody that's watching this to, again, bear with me, right? But maybe share this around. And this is the only video that I've ever recorded that I hope gets some buzz, and there's people that can see this from like the medical industry, people from all across the UK. I want them to be able to see this video. We all need to come together to make the system in the UK a lot better, especially with mental health. It's a joke in the UK. The NHS is a joke, and I sort of just want to say that sort of the people that come in for anything physical, mental, emotional, especially if people are needing severe help, I sort of want this to maybe, possibly, it's quite a big ambition, or quite a big thing to expect, for this to get shared around so that mental health professionals and medical professionals see this. Because we just all need to come together to start getting the ball rolling for better help. Because story time, when I first got diagnosed with BPD, my whole life I was already terrified of talking. Just like normal therapy to help with anxiety and stuff, that always petrified me and scared me. And then I found out I got diagnosed with BPD, which I do believe, and I know a lot of different diagnoses, mental health disorders, personality disorders. And I can confidently say, having lived with this and knowing that I have lived with this most of my life, if not all my life, it is the most painful illness, in my opinion, to live with. And I just want people in the medical industry and medical field to sort of not turn people away from the help they need. Because I first got diagnosed, and then because I knew that this is more serious than just talking about anxiety, like, getting help for this is probably going to be the hardest thing somebody would do in their entire life. And yeah, just don't turn away people that need the help, because I was scared to talk about any of it, and then I decided to see if there was, since I'm always on Discord 24/7 every day, I want to see if there was a borderline personality disorder Discord. Sure enough, there was. And I went in there, and like, hearing success stories and other people that can really relate, and for me to understand that people with borderline personality disorder are scarily similar in so many different ways. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to get help for this. Like, maybe I should just start taking control of my life again, or for the first time even. And when I did that, I got faced with somebody and other people wanting to help me get the help, get the DBT, because I finally came around to it and I was actually going to do it. And I was either followed with no text message back, no email, no phone call back. Professionals outright saying no. And until it was the last straw, this is what was the last straw. I asked for help, and the person who was running the DBT group was like, sorry, we have no more spots. The last person, and I found out the last person that got accepted into that was somebody who had depression and didn't have a diagnosis of BPD. I'm not trying to knock people with depression, because I speak to a lot of people with depression. I'm not knocking it at all, because I deal with that every day. But for the last spot to be for someone who has depression over somebody who has BPD, the most painful illness to have, and it's got a pretty high suicide rate, that finished it for me. And I've been going solo ever since, and just trying to get by day by day. And so with me and borderline personality disorder, I'm not used to being this vulnerable. Thing is with me and my BPD, because it's never been treated, and throughout my whole life, there's been a few times where people have want to help with some of my problems that I've faced in life, but that was all the visible. And for my whole life, I've struggled with the invisible, right? I want to urge people to not sort of ignore the signs and just take it as if somebody's smiling or someone's okay, that they're okay, right? Most of the time, the invisible stuff that people face is the most damaging stuff people face. And learn to not ignore the signs. The stuff that I've dealt with in my life that, people haven't sat down and been like, oh, what's wrong? And all right, let's sort of help with this. That sort of hasn't. People only want to deal with the visible, right? The stuff that was going on the outside, like when my tics were really bad or my autism was really showing. And for that professional to tell me that, to basically tell me that, I'm not worth saving and I've got to go deal with this on my own. That's the way I've taken it ever since. And I just want to urge people to not ignore the signs, big or small, of what they might be going through. And I wish somebody sat down with me and sort of noticed the signs, little signs of the invisible stuff. Like the physical abuse that was hidden and nobody knew about. The fact my dad was abusing me until 2022 when I came clean to my nan and granddad, my mum and my brother. They had suspicions but didn't know, therefore nothing was done about it. So I just want people to not ignore the little or big signs that are there. And for me, communication, sorting out issues and just communicating healthily, that got a lot worse towards the end. It just got worse over time, and to the point now where it's just I can't communicate in a good way. I'm no good at showing my emotions. I'm sometimes no good at knowing when I've done wrong and when I've done right. It honestly feels like I don't know left to right from up to down. And that might sound weird, but sort of shutting down is the main thing. I sort of tend to shut down instead of facing a problem. And yeah, like I said, train of thought's gone. Please be patient with me on this. I guess what I'll go on to next is when your whole life your brain has been in self-defense mode, sort of to protect you from the dangers around, your inner monologue in your voice is always speaking, right? And that's just got worse over time. That's what makes me lose my train of thought, not be able to hold a conversation, not communicate clearly, let alone all the BPD symptoms on top of that. So it's just to the point where I can't think of anything else but why I'm feeling this way and what to do about it, right? And keep in mind, like, it feels like I've been left on my own to figure all this out. Yeah, just so many signs of trauma goes underlooked every day, and for some people it gets sorted, some people it doesn't, and some people just straight up throw in the towel and give up on it all. So it's, listen, I'm a 22-year-old kid who can't even talk and communicate, right? So I don't know what impact this is going to have, but I just want the mental health field in the NHS to get so much better, and it's frustrating. I don't know how to communicate that. I don't know how to pitch up ideas in my head about how to, whatever, I'm getting off track. There's a lot of things I want to do in my life, and it all just seems like a pipe dream. And oh god, I'm a fucking mess. I just want to make a video. I'm not good at making videos, but I wanted to make a video. I haven't done talking to the camera in a while, and you know, another thing with ADHD, BPD, and autism, which I have all of them. It's like you can have, like, be so passionate about wanting to do a project. Like 2 days ago, I came up with a thing where I was going to stream Phasmophobia every day, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter what happens, and to just get better, right? And maybe, you know, get to a professional level of Phasmophobia, right? But also entertain an audience as much as I can. I don't want to do that anymore. That's gone out the window. Writing doesn't help me anymore, and I'm just stuck in a place. But I'll be at peace. I believe one day I'll be at peace. Maybe I should have wrote bullet points on this, because I truly don't know what to say. But anyone struggling with BPD or anything that, depression, anxiety, anything that is a struggle every day, schizophrenia, bipolar, anything at all, please reach out. You're worth getting help. You're worth being saved. The world told me I'm not, but it doesn't go that way for everyone. Like, I feel like the direction this has gone for me, the direction my life is gone, and where it is going, I think it's for the best, and I deserve it to go that way. I've done terrible things, I've done good things, but I'm just not. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But I hope all of you stay well. Honestly, I had more to say. I should have wrote bullet points on this, because I don't know. I just might stop doing videos. But yeah. I don't know what else I wanted to say, so I'm gonna end it here. You know, again, not good at speaking, and I don't know if I even finished that sentence of saying if when you were a kid with your brain having to deal with all this stuff to keep you safe, if that never gets dealt with, it gets worse over time. And it's to the point where my inner monologue and what feels like the voices are really loud now, to the point where I can't function. Yeah, and I mean another thing is like when I just entered my 20s, I'm 22, and when I just entered my 20s, I started to realise like how much of what happens in your childhood and what you do in your childhood actually sticks with you for the rest of your life. So I go through so many phases quite often where I'm in and off brushing my teeth. I don't shower for a long time. Go ahead, leave your hate comments in the comments. I probably won't see them. But it's been a while since I've showered and stuff like that. And no, that probably could have been left out. But I don't know if this is a video I want people to relate to this, and I want people to sort of not, again, especially the fucking industry, the medical field, just not turn people away and just do something for people instead of leaving them to deal with all this on their own. This is probably my last video on the channel. I wanted to have more to say, I really did, but I don't. I don't know, man. I hope all of you take care of yourselves, and maybe I'll see you again soon. Alright, peace.